no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Today's Raiders news and rumors presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com/Raiders. We're going to be able to save 20% off and get free shipping on the best male products that you can possibly buy. I'm going to give you a deal on the perfect package because if you're wondering, Mitch, why can't we see your perfect package? Well, I'm not allowed to show it on screen, but if I could, you'd all think it's absolutely perfect. They have the Lawnmower 3.0 in there, the ball toner, ball deodorant, helping you keep fresh. I was in Austin, Texas this past weekend, and I definitely needed that perfect package to help me keep fresh. All right, let's get into today's latest news and rumors. Rooting against Derek Carr. This one's two Chucky heads because people are just simply talking about it. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on Instagram. And here is the debate. If you root against Derek Carr, then you're not a real fan. Do you agree or do you disagree with that statement? If you root against Derek Carr, then you're not a real fan. Type A for agree or type D for disagree. So I see a lot of A's coming in, and I agree with the fact that y'all are saying that you agree with that statement. However, I'm also going to say I agree to disagree. So I'm actually going to go with tuck rule, tuck that because of this reason. Just because you root for Derek Carr, that doesn't make you a fan. If me personally, I'm going to root for whoever's under center. That's no doubt about it. But if this is my argument, I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody you're not a fan because I've met a lot of Derek Carr disbelievers that are more Raider fans than me. People that have season tickets, people that have bricks, people that have been committed to this organization for 30, 40 years. I could also say just because you didn't get season tickets, that doesn't make you a Raider fan. No, it doesn't. So this is my argument. If for those people that don't believe in Derek, if you don't think that he's the answer right now, your argument could be, well, the sooner we get rid of Carr, the better we are going to be in the future. That's fine. You can go with that. Now, I do think Derek's a good quarterback, and I do think he gets ripped on a lot. My only argument is this. I made this show to let people have their voice. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're not a Raider fan because you don't believe in our quarterback. I know people all the time that get Raiders tattoos that don't believe in Carr. Honestly, you're probably more of a Raider fan than I am. So, if you root against Carr, then you're not a real fan. I disagree with that statement. I think that you can still have faith in Carr. But at the end of the day, I am going to disagree with this statement. Y'all can yell at me all you want. But hey, that's why I made the show. A for agree or type D for disagree. So for those of you that are subbed, you might not need this refresher. But we get new subscribers all the time to the channel. And we just crossed 50K. This is my Raider rumor meter. If I say 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that, means it's not going to happen. If I say 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby, that means, yes, I think that rumor is 100% true. So for 2 Chucky heads, it's 50-50, flip a coin. So for this next rumor coming in, Jadeveon Clowney to the Raiders, okay? This one is 2 Chucky heads, and people are talking. And got a little bit of an alert, and I'm going to rip off Harrison here. Woo, woo, woo. This one is upgraded for me. So originally, I had this as only 1 Chucky head. Now I'm bumping it up to 2 Chucky heads. People are talking for 2 main reasons. One, the Seattle Seahawks, they are no longer interested in Clowney. At least that's the report. We'll see if that changes or not. The Tennessee Titans, sure, they're also in the mix. If you've been subscribed, if you've watched the show for a long time, you'll know that the Raiders were distant third for the odds of going out and getting the defensive end pass rusher. Now, I'm seeing some reports out of camp about them switching some players around, Clelin Ferrell included. That's coming up here in just a little bit. But I also see the latest odds that come out. And as soon as the latest odds came out that the Raiders now moved up to 2, as far as I'm concerned, I got to bump up the Chucky heads a little bit. The Tennessee Titans still at plus 200. There was originally a report that came out around Vic Beasley. It looks like he failed his physical, so he's still, a bit of a question mark to say the least. You could see the Titans still go out and get Clowney. But the bottom line is this. Jadeveon to the Raiders, the odds are getting better. Now, Arden Key did have some, interesting things to say about going out and get him last week. We got everything we need in that D-line room. We don't need nobody else. We don't need no Jadeveon Clowney. We don't need none of that. Y'all can fill in the blank there. Do it in the comments section. So I think Clowney's a good player. Do I think that the Raiders need him? Well, maybe. I do think that he would be a lot better off than Arden Key. But I know a lot of people like Mitch, I don't want to go out and pay Clowney above 10, 11, 12 million. I actually think right now if you could get him around that $13 million deal on a one-year deal, that's good. Because sure, you look at the sacks, they're not that great. The reason why I was always worried about signing Clowney to a long-term deal is because of effort. I personally believe if you sign him to a one-year prove-it deal, he's going to prove that he's athletic because he 100% is. Now, you have Clee, you have Malik Collins, who Gruden has already said is going to be the key to our defensive line. You have Mo Hurst, and you have Max Crosby. I have a lot of confidence in Crosby. There's still some question marks around Cleveland. I do believe Carl Nassib's going to be a solid piece. But if y'all can look me in the eyes and say you have a lot of confidence in Arden Key, question that. At the end of the day, when you're dealing with Patrick Mahomes, you need to have as much talent as possible. So here is the question that I'm going to make the pinned comment on today's YouTube video. So for all y'all watching on YouTube, okay, shout out to y'all. I want you to scroll on down because you're going to get hit with the YouTube ad break. While you're getting hit with that ad, let me know. Should the Raiders sign Clowney? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Okay, yes, I understand this is the Raiders report, but keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Clowney to the Kansas City Chiefs. This one is only one Chucky head, and I think it's a small shred of truth. However, there is a growing belief, at least for me, that I am starting to get a little bit worried that the Chiefs are going to become legit contenders going out and getting Jadeveon Clowney. The reasons are they've been very aggressive this offseason. You've seen them make big-time splashes with Patrick Mahomes. You saw them bring in Chris Jones. If this is a team that's in all-in mode, which they should be, they did just win the Super Bowl, you could see them go out and get Clowney. So they cleared $2 million in cap space by restructuring the contract for Alex Okafor. What does that mean? The Chiefs now have $14 million in cap space. What's the number that Clowney's really looking for? It's in that $14 million range. And if I'm Clowney, if I get a deal from the Chiefs who just won the Super Bowl, that's pretty intriguing to me. Does it scare the heck out of me? Yes, it 100% does. However, at the end of the day, this is a Raiders show, and I get that. And this is what I want all y'all to do right now, because I already see you guys yelling at me in the comments. We say FAB all the time. So you know what? If you hate the Chiefs, start typing FKC. We do have a Chiefs channel here at Chat Sports, and I'll be honest. They rip on the Raiders a lot, and, you know, I guess you can do that when you're Super Bowl champs. But if y'all hate the Chiefs, I want you to start typing FKC. There we go. Come on. FKC. Keep going. And if you are typing FKC, and I want you to continue to type FKC, and if you hate the Chiefs, subscribe to the Raiders Report. This show is about being at a Raiders tailgate, bringing Las Vegas, bringing Oakland, bringing Los Angeles right to your home. And if you hate the Chiefs and you want the latest news, rumors, discussion topics around your favorite team, hit that sub button. And if you know somebody else that hates the Chiefs, hey, send them the link as well, youtube.com/Raiders Report. All right, my last three rumors here are a little bit more driven towards, we'll say, training camp and then some predictions, if you will. So Clelin Ferrell playing defensive tackle. How many Chucky heads? What do you think? 1, 2, 0? We're going to bump this one up. 3 Chucky heads. I think it's pretty likely. Let me make this statement. His main position on the team will still remain defensive end. However, what has our entire offseason and draft been around? Versatility. So the fact that John Gruden thinks that he can do a lot of different things, and the fact that he thinks that he can play inside and out, that is a big telling sign for me. And also remember, he's put on 13 pounds up to 275. That's still undersized for a DT. But Mo Hurst, he's been pretty solid at DT, also very undersized. So here's the quote from Gruden, and I absolutely love it. So we think Clee can bat some balls down. We think he can do a lot of things as a rusher inside and out eventually. That is a quote from John Gruden on Clelin Ferrell. And the reason why I absolutely love this quote is because for those of you that are watching right now, I mean, this is setting me up perfectly. If y'all are trying to bat your balls down and try to get inside and out, you know, eventually, the perfect package is going to help you do that. The Lawnmower 3.0, it's going to help trim up your downstairs pubic area, if you will. Also, the ball toner, the ball deodorant, if you got some chafing going on, if you got some sweating, you can get rid of it with these awesome products. I use them every single day. And I promise you, if you go get the perfect package at manscaped.com/Raiders, you're going to use it every single day too, because this is what I want everyone to do watching right now. I want you to take this hand, I want you to stick it down there and tell me what it smells like. Guess what? Probably doesn't smell good, does it? No. With the ball toner and ball deodorant, it'll smell a lot better. And also, you can also reach down there because those boxers, most comfortable boxers you'll ever have, the traveling pack, all comes included, but you got to go to manscaped.com/Raiders, 20% off, free shipping. It's going to make your balls great. It's going to make your perfect package, perfect package. All right, we'll keep it moving here. Defensive line, right? Clee is going to be the defensive end, but imagine if you moved him over to defensive tackle. I do think one of the reasons why the Raiders wanted to go out and get Carl Nassib is, again, the versatility. But if you move him to defensive tackle, just saying, could open up some things up for Jadeveon Clowney. Let's go to Mo Hurst. You're next up here on the Raiders Report. Friend of the show, Mo Hurst. Is he going to break out? 3 Chucky heads. I think it's pretty likely. 2 months ago, I made a video. If you haven't seen it yet, all you got to do, go to YouTube search, type in Raiders breakout candidates. You're going to see Mo Hurst on there. So CBS decided to write an article that I thought was, well, intriguing. They go on to say that Mo Hurst will become the next Grady Jarrett. Why is that significant? Grady Jarrett is a very solid defensive tackle. Also, Grady Jarrett, when he first came out, also a little bit undersized. So in 2018-2019, Mo put together some okay, still hasn't quite had that breakout season. But in 2019, the 4th most pressures behind only guys like, well, Aaron Donald and then Chris Jones. Like, you're seeing some pretty big-time names. Mo Hurst has got the heart. We know he does, and he's going to bring that effort. But anytime you start seeing comparisons to a guy like Grady Jarrett, I'm at least going to get, well, intrigued. That's why I put it on the show. Grady Jarrett has been a very solid defensive tackle for the Atlanta Falcons. But it's also pretty interesting to see the fact when you look at their comparisons from Mo's 2019 to Jarrett's 2016 season, the comparisons are there. So both of these players, this is their year 2, okay? Year 2. You see the height and the weight. Yes, Jarrett is still a little bit heavier. Mo is definitely undersized, but pass rush snaps, okay, less for Mo, but still the pressure's more, pressure percentage more, sacks more. If Mo can become a Grady Jarrett, you're going to see this defense really, really transcend. It also makes it interesting for me to say, who do you trust more? Clelin Ferrell, who the Raiders drafted number 4 overall in 2019, or do you trust Mo, the big guy up the middle, type MH? Raiders Report, all about debate, okay? It's all about debating. So type CF for Clelin Ferrell or MH for Mo Hurst, and I see Joshua Johnson say both. Yes, I believe in both of them, but if you're asking me right now who do I trust more, I do trust Mo Hurst more than I do Clelin Ferrell. The last rumor here on the show is from Colin Cowherd, and the Raiders are going to go 5-11. I can't give it 0 Chucky heads because technically it's true, so I'm going to give it 1 Chucky head, and I do think it's a very, very small shred of truth. Sure, they could go 5-11 if a whole bunch of players get injured. I've seen crazier things happen in the NFL. But the bottom line is this. Cowherd goes on to predict how he thinks the entire AFC West is going to finish. He has the Chiefs at number 1, 12-4. I don't really care about that. But it's the Denver Broncos at 9-7. And then you have the Chargers at 8-8. But then the Raiders at 5-11. His reasoning, which I don't think it's too crazy. He thinks that they're going to struggle because of a lot of new players, a lot of new rookies, and a crazy offseason. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to run through the Raiders' entire schedule. Week 1, win or loss, let me know. Bottom line is this, those first 4 games, they're not very easy. And it doesn't get any easier. Week 5 at the Chiefs is another tough game. Week 6, we do get a little bit of a bye, a little bit of a rest. Then welcome in Tom Brady. Then you go to Cleveland at the Chargers. We're going to continue to roll through this schedule. If you want to know my prediction on every single Raiders game, score included, what do you got to do? Type in Raiders 2020 schedule prediction on YouTube. I made this video, I don't even know, 2-3 months ago. Go check it out if you're ever curious on where you think I have the Raiders finishing or how many games I think the Raiders are going to win. Problem is, honestly, any question you have, you type it in on YouTube, I have a pretty solid chance there's going to be a video from the Raiders Report there. So Colin Cowherd said 5-11. I think that's a little bit low. And I asked this earlier on our live show, and if you missed it on our live show earlier, hey, subscribe to the show. We go live every 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. So Raiders 2020 record, what do we got? 12-4s, 19-0. Oh, man. 10-6, 12-4. My original projection was 9-7. I'm going to stick with that because I do think they're going to get the 7th seed in the playoffs. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this. I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.